Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and it's time to start off your morning with 2 scoops of spoilers because I'm jumping on this one early. First up so far this morning, we got Frilled Mystic, the Simic Guild Mage, or whatever they're calling this cycle of 10 cards, and it's a 4-cost double green, double blue, of course, 3/2 with Flash, that's always fun, and when it enters the battlefield, you may target counter spells, so it's basically Ravenous Chupacabra but Simic style. Instead of nuking a creature and then getting a so-so creature out of it for 4, you nuke a spell and get a so-so creature out of it for 4. But this one does hit for 3. That is significant. And then who knows, you might be able to drop some counters on it. And of course, you could get that elf lizard wizard tribal going. That's fun to say. So this is actually pretty cool. I mean, I don't love it. I mean, it's good. I'm not saying it's not. I just am saying Spell Queller was really damn annoying. The funny thing is, like, strategically and stylistically, this seems way more like an Azoria style card, but who knows, it'll probably find its way into something. It's just a counterspell that costs 4, it's universal, you get a creature out of it, but it has that strict of a mana cost. Not very reliable. I mean, people really didn't tend to play Spell Swindle or any kind of 5 and up style counter. I mean, very few people played Insidious Will, and that's one of the best counter spells printed in the last 5 years. I mean, really only Disallow is better. That was 2 generic, 2 blue instant speed, so a little bit more flexible. And you could counter a spell, clone a spell, or redirect a spell. So same cost, but more friendly cost. Mono-colored, same speed, but way more powerful, but you don't get a creature out of it. So if I were to compare it to that, I don't think people will play Frilled Mystic, but if I were to compare it to Spell Queller, people will. But Spell Queller costs 3, and trust me, 3 cost counterspell versus 4, there's a hell of a difference there. So we'll have to see what happens with it. It's real debatable whether or not this will be a popular card. Next up, Guardian's Plan, maybe that says. It's a 4-cost green enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature... Wow, they translated that wrong. So it's supposed to say if that creature does not share a name with another creature you control or have in your graveyard, draw a card. What? I'm pretty sure the title of the card actually translates to no dupes. I mean, bonus cards on a trigger you don't have to pay for are even better than ones you do have to pay for, like Dawn of Hope or Mentor of the Meek. But this costs 4 and does absolutely nothing besides that. So, I mean, we don't even have, Devotion right now. I mean, right around the time where you would have 4 mana available and still have creatures in your hand is when you'd want to start reloading your hand, so it's not nothing, but the whole thing about referencing your graveyard too, wow. But then again, I mean, it would be a little OP if it was just in play, and then, you blow up something, cool, oh, now I don't have one, play another one. And of course, it has to be non-token, or my god, would this be broken. I mean, tokens tend to share a name, but still, I mean, that would be a little much. So 4 is kind of up there, but I mean, recurring draw is one of the most powerful things in the game. So will this be popular? I don't know. What I do know is we already have Beast Whisperer. So that's, of course, a 4-cost 2/3 Elf Druid, and whenever you cast a creature spell, whether it resolves or not, no matter if it shares a type with anything, draw a card. So if you were to run Beast Whisperer and this card, you would be drawing mad cards. So you mix that with green heavy, semi-ramp, big creature dump with Simic and Adapt, you got a deck. So I think just the fact that Beast Whisperer exists means this card is going to be pretty popular if that deck takes off. There's always an if. But definitely watch out. I think they might price this one real high just in case and then just let it fall if it's not popular. But it will be high and stay high if it goes in something. By the way, oh my gosh, this card at a pre-release or draft, whoa, watch out. Next up we got Rampage of the Clans. It's a 4-cost instant. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller creates a 3/3 green centaur creature token. It's Controller. Hey, I've got an idea. Just run Cleansing Nova. What the hell is this card? I mean, are you going to blow up somebody's army of Thopters and then, oh, whoops, I gave them 3/3 centaurs, enjoy the upgrade? I mean, when you're going to blow up somebody's auras, oh no, instead of one giant creature wearing 3 auras, now you've got an army of centaurs to deal with. What is this card? And then I thought, oh, okay, it's phrased like a board wipe, but it's not supposed to be like a targeted asymmetric board wipe. You're supposed to target yourself with it. Then I reread it and realized it's not targeted. I mean, if you blow up somebody's Search for Azcanta, cool, they're going to kill you with the 3/3. If you blow up someone's Oh, I can't even think. What would be worth it? What would actually be worth blowing up? Maybe like a 6 or 7 cost enchantment? Do we even have that in standard? There's got to be some tiny little stupid niche situation that I'm not thinking of in standard. But to say that this would be a popular widespread card, this card is garbage. It's unpredictable, unreliable, and you almost stand more of a chance of benefiting your opponent than you. Then again, it's artifacts and enchantments. A lot of decks run 0, so if you run a ton of them, I don't know what the hell green artifact deck you'd be running, but assuming you are, it would be like the world's biggest upgrade, but you don't know if you're going to catch them in it. Now, if you could reliably say, okay, I'm going to get probably 5 centaurs, they might get 1 or 2. Okay. But that's still just like so narrow and weird. I mean, you might accidentally like get a couple of your opponents like equipment in it, and now they've got centaurs, and now what do? Boy, people just love unreliable cards. They really do. Now, I wouldn't even be that surprised if somebody puts this in a deck, to be perfectly honest, where it's just, oh, I just blew up all my stuff and I've got 12 centaurs now. Ha ha ha. And I guess like if they have 5 artifacts and you have 2 in play, you're just not going to cast it. So it's not like it would backfire, but the usability of it would backfire. So yeah, I just don't really like this card. Next up, Smothering Tide. It's a 4-cost white enchantment. This has got to be some kind of cycle. So that artwork, I gotta say, is that what anybody else pictures when you think of Meowth in Pokemon using Payday? Anyway, he looks pretty unhappy for like, getting some money. I mean, I'm just saying. It's like, yeah, I'm blasting gold coins out of my mouth, but like, all right. Silver lining and all. Anyway, when an opponent draws a card, oh my gosh, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a colorless treasure artifact token. Really, they're bringing treasures back? With, of course, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. That is crazy. This card is completely out of control, bonkers, crazy, and I love it. I'd say, auto include into Fairy, but I think I've said that enough times that deck's up to about 90 cards at this point, so I mean, it's up there on the curve and it's not technically control, but it would give them so much mana. I mean, they would always be sitting on a counterspell. And this is the second card from Allegiance that makes me think, oh, well, now you're always going to sit on a counterspell. The other one's the untap all your lands enchantment, which is probably part of the same cycle. So this and that combined with some high cost instants or some really, really high like X spells, unbelievably powerful. So I think this is going to be $5 to $10 on the low end. I mean, it's late and it doesn't really do anything unless it does something, but boy, I mean, them paying 2 every time they draw a card, I wouldn't count on it. And if they do, they're just crippling their board state or whatever. Wow, that card is just absolutely amazing. And this almost goes without mentioning, but multiplayer commander? Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm calling this a $15 card just because of Commander. If anyone is dumb enough to put this up for pre-order below even $5, I would buy every copy they have. Next up, oh no, I'm having flashbacks to Zerta Druid, one of the worst cards ever printed in the history of the game. I hate that thing with a passion. Well, we got his cousin, Zerta Goblin. It's a 2-cost 2/2 Berserker with Riot. Simple, enters with haste or enters with a counter. I mean, a 3/3 for 2 is just damn good. Well, there's not much more to say, so let's read the flavor text. Among the Zerta clan, goblins are the first to enter Battle Fury, which is not a word. When the battle is over, the survivors are still frothing at the mouth, looking for someone to hit. That's because the Gruul are a bunch of degenerate, violent douchebags, and I hope their entire clan gets wiped out by Bolas. Well, that's actually it for now, but as, certain people with certain spoilers in certain time zones start posting more stuff, we'll probably have some more tonight, so stay tuned for more awesome spoilers, and I'll see you guys next video.